So I just got in I took a walk to go see if I could see Jupiter. It was really tiny. That was difficult. Everything's difficult, and I know that I sound like a Debbie Downer. My life is a Debbie Downer life. I have been somebody who, I'm always trying to push through. I'm always trying to persevere. So I told you, I did a rev reaction just like I do all my rev reactions. What I did was I went, and you can watch the other video if you want. They said there was about 7 minutes. So I took out all the audio, me talking and everything else, and as I was doing, I was like, this is ridiculous. You can't glean almost anything from, I'm talking over most of it. And I was conscious when I first edited the video together to take, if I wasn't talking, and it was like more than like, I don't know, a few seconds of sound coming from the television, and I was just sitting there, I took that sound out. You know, like I said, I didn't want to take it completely out because I wanted people at least to be able to see my reactions when I wasn't talking. So if you were following along, you would understand what I was seeing. Because like I said, I purposely don't put video clips up. I'm just going to do this to see if I can be heard. Okay. So I took out the 7 minutes. I took out the 7 minutes of audio, and I put like a black sheen over that portion to prove how stupid it is. So I put it up. It says checks found. I just went out, like I said, I went to walk to a place where there aren't so many trees so I could try to see Jupiter. I'm a Sagittarius. I need all the help I can get. I was like, look, I'm going to go out there and talk to Jupiter. I'm going to see. Because this is the kind of shit that happens to me. And I've never had encouragement. I've only had discouraging things and people. And I was that kind of person who would cheer other people on. So sometimes when you're a cheerleader, which I wasn't an actual cheerleader, but you're the person who talks, encourages other people, or, however you want to call it. You're the one talking up other people. Nobody talks you up. And it's up to you to do that for yourself. And then, just like everybody else, you hit bad times where you feel downtrodden. And in those times when I feel downtrodden, that's when people come and kick me and say, well, what are you so negative for? And it's like, no. So I took out those 7 minutes and I put it up. I come home. My back's killing me because everything's difficult. When I try to walk, like I did some stuff today, I came home, I've been sitting here, I had some stuff, all kinds of crap's going wrong, but I keep going. And so I was like, that was on the news, they were like, oh, if you go and look in the eastern sky around 7 o'clock, I'm like, let me go. The whole time, okay, imagine that you're wearing bicycle shorts, right? Okay, everywhere that bicycle shorts covers on me, just in random times for whatever reason, because I'm tired, because whatever, it's like that, all those muscles or all that fat or whatever you want to call it just locks up. So I'll go try to do something. I'll try to do yard work. I'll try to do something around the house. I'll just go for a walk like I just did, and it's like I'm walking like Frankenstein because it just locks up. Now I try to think it could be magnesium. Like I say, I don't have magnesium pills. I've got pumpkin seeds. I've got blackstrap molasses. I have things that have magnesium in them. I can't remember to take them until things hurt. And then I'm usually outside. I have vitamins and various supplements. I don't like to take a daily vitamin because years ago, back when I was healthy, I had a daily vitamin I used to take all the time. And then they discontinued it or they changed the formula or whatever. And then after that, I could never find one that was good for me because the normal daily, like Centrum or the normal ones that have that normal, there was something in there that used to bother me. It used to make me nervous, and I kind of thought it was the B vitamins. Because one time I bought stress tabs, and I got stressed instead of de-stressing, So whenever I got a multivitamin that had kind of everything, I felt like there was something in that I really didn't need. So the ones I had before that didn't have as much in them or whatever, I never was able to find that. Because over the years, what they do is they kind of make a one-size-fits-all thing. And unless you have enough money to buy personalized stuff, whether it's conditioner for your hair or whatever, you have to be like everybody else. because that your favorite conditioner gets discontinued. You know how many favorite conditioners I've had? For my kind of dry, wiry, spiral, curly, combination hair and combination skin. You know how many times I found something I like, I use it for a couple years, it gets discontinued. So I'm always having to adjust, I'm always having to adapt, I'm always having to, I never get smooth sailing, I never get an open lane. There's always things that are making things harder, and I'm at the point now where I've just accumulated so many problems and issues that it's just like I'm as weak as can be. How am I going to get out of this with all the issues and problems and things that are wrong now? It's like I've accumulated everything. So I come back just being like, okay, I hope it went through. It seemed like it said no. Now it's that section at the end where I said I felt like it had too much music, and I thought maybe that section. I'm gonna try. So what? I mean, I thought before that the universe was trying to tell me to stop doing this, but it was the universe that told me to do it in the first place. So I don't know what else to do. Like I said, I'm not creative any other way. I don't have artistic talent. I'm not a writer. I'm not anything. There were multiple reasons I did this. There were everything I've done in my life. There are reasons. Like first, sometimes my intuition tells me to do something. Then I think, okay, well maybe this will be this, or that'll be that, or it'll lead to something, or I'll discover a talent, or I'll find out something that I like, or something. I always hope that putting one foot on a path, will open up a path. Doesn't happen. So I feel like the universe is telling me to stop doing this. I felt like that a while back, but I didn't stop. But when I stop doing things, nothing replaces it. In the past, when I stopped talking to bad people, I didn't get new people. In the past, when I quit a bad job because I felt like I couldn't find a new one from where I didn't get another one. So when I get, this is my problem. It's not I don't trust the universe. It's not I don't want to take leaps of faith. I have in the past. And I just fell on my ass. There's no, like I said, if I get rid of something, I rue the day because I should have held on to it. You know? It's not fear. It's just life experience. And my own life has taught me that you can't, other people can. I can't take leaps of faith. I can't do things and think it's going to turn out because it doesn't turn out. And then I look back and I think I wasted my time or I wasted my life on something that was never going to be anything. Other people, they barely move. And just the slightest, you know, they part their hair different one day and the whole world opens up for them. I don't know what the difference between me and other people is. I don't know why everything I do is a failure. But in this case, this is just like, wait a minute. I'm not angry about it. I'm not angry at YouTube. I'm not angry at the algorithm. I'm just like, it's just the kind of thing that's like, it's like stabbing at you little bit by little bit. Because it's like, okay, if it was all wrong, why don't you say, okay, well, it's this part and that part and the other part. So when I go and try to redo it, I will remove all those pieces. But no, it takes me a whole nother day because I had other things to do. And then you go through all that and you wait for it to upload and it takes all that time and then you're sitting there and it's not just discouraging. A popcorn kernel from before. The little, what do you call that? Not, is that the kernel? That little piece, you know the piece. It's just, think of something that nags, but not nagging. This is where I lose my words. It's something where it's just, it's a constant little kick, you know, where it's just like, all right, so you're trying and you're trying to, but it's like another little dig, another little, you know, until it's just like, show me the thing I'm supposed to be doing. Show me the path. I mean, the only reason I dwell on the past is because I've been literally trying to find what I did wrong, thinking that if I find what I did wrong, I can know what to do now. Because when I try to think of what to do now, I can't think of shit. I can't think of one damn thing to do now. That's been my problem for about 2 years. I can't see the future. I can't think of the future. I can't make a plan. You know, and so I'm sitting there trying to get it. Like, if you imagine you were trying to get a signal on the radio. You're trying to pick up a station, and all you get is static. You might go and play records. Well, that's what my brain does. My brain's like, well, there's nothing coming in. Let me replay this and see if I can figure out what I did wrong back then, because I'm not getting a clear message of what to do now. And it's just like, I don't know. I just went outside and I was like, I might as well be walking with my eyes shut. I know it was a new moon. I'm looking for Jupiter. I'm walking with the trees and everything. It was so dark. I'm like, why don't I just walk? I mean, I'm walking by myself. I had this on. So I must have been the brightest thing. I'm surprised nobody swerved their car into me. But, it was just so dark. And I'm like, I might as well be walking with my eyes closed. And I'm walking, like I said, all stiff. And I'm just like, how much more can I let go? How much more can I just, you know, say, Jesus, take the wheel? However you want to put it. You know what I mean? I've apart from snake handling, what else? How else am I supposed to prove? I don't know. If I'm not doing it right, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what the right answer is. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, why didn't you? It's just a little, just another little kick. Like, I'm not desperate to get this up on the internet. The only reason I'm doing it now is to show how stupid it is. I'm going to take the part I already did, and I'm going to black out this other part, and then I'm going to put it up again, and I'm leaving them up. I'm leaving up the 2 blocked ones. Let them sit there. They're blocked, fine. And then one day, if they decide to realize how stupid it is, it can come down and you can see what it was supposed to look like. And I'm not taking it down. You know what I mean? I'll keep putting up new versions and put new versions, but I really feel like I don't want to do this, and I don't want to declare this because I don't want to ever tell myself never again. I'm a never say never type of person, okay? By trying to leave open all possibilities, but I just feel bad because it's like, I kind of like doing this, and I kind of, if I had always, if life was the way it was 20 years ago, and people still went to the movies, and maybe they do in other places, and they went and they talked about the movies later on, all anybody talks about is themselves and their lives and their kids and shit like that. And I guess I was never that concerned with myself, but if it was still, if the world was the way it was 20 years ago, maybe I still just want to be back then. But nobody talks about movies. If people talk about movies, they talk about box office. So they talk about, you know, oh, does it have the first this, that, and the other character that ever got their own superhero movie? Or, you know, there's no movie discussions like, is it good or not? You know, and there's, everything is, I didn't think the world was gonna just, like, put it this way. When my mom was a kid, like I said, my mom died 3 years ago now. She was 84 when she died. So when my mom was a kid, they used to go out to the movies. And it was really cheap, and they would all come out and they would talk about the movies. So when I was in my 20s, you know, 60 years later, we would go to the movies and talk about the movies. And it just, I don't know. I just feel like the world changed too much for the worse, or for what I'm not enjoying about it. And what future? I mean, if there was going to be flying cars and everybody was going to be taken care of, and it was going to be the kind of future that was supposed to happen, the kind of future the 21st century was supposed to be, where everybody would be kinder and more humanitarian, and we would have fixed everything better, and it wouldn't be, I mean, it's the most narcissistic time in the world. I mean, as far as I can tell, And we used to look back. Oh, you know what? There's music on here. What am I thinking? Where's the remote? I'll get in trouble for this, and I'm not even realizing it. The TV just happened to be on that channel when I started talking. So yeah, it's just, there's so many tricks. I mean, I'm dealing with people. Like I said, I was trying to get a job through this mass rehab program. I went every time. I think I told the girl I couldn't come one day. But I showed up all the time. I did what I thought I was supposed to be doing. If I was supposed to be doing something else, I didn't know. And they were acting like, well, this is my last chance. Like I did something wrong today on the phone. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like if I had quit, I said I didn't want to work with that girl anymore. And then they said, well, we'll find you somebody else, but then that's your last chance. I'd understand. She quit me. She almost got me kicked off the whole program. And the lady's like, this costs a lot of money. And I'm like, I'm just showing up and I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing. I thought it was going to be way more help than it is. And it's like, it shouldn't cost a lot of money because it's nothing that you don't get from any career center where they just help you rewrite a resume. That's all that happened. You know what I mean? Nothing. She didn't do anything else, and that was a few months. But now it's like, I did something wrong. I can't stand that because I knock myself out to show up and do the things I'm supposed to do. I don't lie to people. And then people, there's so many, even like I said with that dentist, her assistant breaks off what's left of my tooth, and then she tried to turn it around. It's my fault. I keep getting people who are doing stuff to me or not treating me right, and then they're turning it around that it's my fault. I think we live in a victim blaming society. I think that's what The Secret's about. Everybody loves to blame people who have a hard time or they're going through something, and you go for help and then they don't help you and they kick you and they say, well, it's your own damn fault. No other time in the world was like this. I remember years ago, like I said, how you were supposed to treat people and everything. I believe it's evil. I believe evil's winning, and I think that most people don't care until it's them. The people who are doing well, and one day they won't be doing well, and then they'll realize. But it'll be too late because my mother used to say Christian charity. I would have called it the golden rule. It's just treat people the way you want to be treated. I've said that for a million years. It's so much, even on this channel, it's so much worse than when I first started saying how hard is the golden rule. But it's true. It's like I just feel like everybody I deal with is a nemesis now. Everybody I deal with, I'm looking for help and all I'm getting is hindrances. Everything is a obstacle. Every person is an obstacle. When I look in the world and I think, if I'm going to think of the future, I'm going to think, oh, all the other people in the world are future obstacles of mine. For me having peace and quiet and shelter and safety and just, surviving. That's what it's starting to feel like. Like every other human being is just an obstacle to me just living in peace. Not being prosperous, not having abundance, not having all kinds of shit, not being able to have every streaming service and jump in a plane whenever I feel like it. Just being able to have peace and quiet in my life and just be calm. Like I said, with the basics. Food and shelter and a safe place to live and sleep. And it just seems like you could call it dog eat dog, but most of the people I deal with, they have their stuff. They don't need to behave in a certain way towards me. It's not going to give them anything. They're not going to get more money. They're not going to get taller or more attractive by treating me this way. And like that, you get what you give. I leave people alone. When I had to help people, I helped people. If I can help people today, if anybody needs to talk to me, I will talk to them. But I barely talk to any other human beings. So like I said, all I'm doing it. I felt bad because that chunk I took out was like sort of the entertaining part. If I was entertaining it all, it's the part where I was talking and being interesting, and I had to block it all out. You know? It's like, I don't understand. This never happened before. And it's clear that you cannot understand this movie. You cannot, I mean, like I said, there was a couple times where I was talking and I was quiet for a minute. Not a whole minute, like a little bit. And in those moments when I saw that as I was editing it, I literally took out the sound. So it's me sitting there like this. You didn't hear anything. And then when I needed to say something, you would hear me talk again. So it's like if they're hearing the movie behind me, like I'm talking at the same time as the movie, and it's like I can't even have that. It's crazy. But I said, that's how I've been doing it all along, and I was doing it that way. Like I said, I was trying to pause, and on other ones I paused more, but there was so much going on that I couldn't keep pausing and talking, you know? But it just, I don't know, it's so weird. Because, like I said, the way it's being done, it's like, boom, boom, boom. It's like, hit me all at once then. Just tell me all the things that are wrong and I'll take them all out. But no, it's like you gotta spend a whole nother time doing it again. It's not torture. There's a word. There's a word in between torture and all the words I'm trying to say. It's not, you say nuisance, but it's worse than a nuisance because it wastes your time and your energy, and it makes you just feel like, what am I even trying for? You know? I don't want to quit things. I'm not a quitter. That's why, like I said, I sort of enjoy doing this a little bit. Okay, I don't enjoy a lot. So it's just like, if I don't do this, then what the hell am I mean, I don't even think I'll be able to do this in the near future. In like next week. I'm not going to have the internet. That whole program is over. So I've been saying I didn't know all these other times and something else happened, but I'm at another point where I don't know what's going to happen to me next week. So I don't think I'm going to be able to continue to do this anyway, but to force me to declare that I'm done, I tried that already. I feel bad about it. You know, it's just, I don't know. And a lot of the things I try to do, it seems like the whole rest of the world gets to do the things I do. But when it's me, it's like, no, you're not allowed to do that. It seems like the whole rest of the world gets to have stuff. But nope, not you. Everybody gets permission, not you. I've been discouraged for 48 years, and I keep going. I don't think that there's anything at the end of the rainbow. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's reward coming. I just know that I'm alive, and I'm trying to stay alive because I think you're supposed to. It hurts though, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people lying to me. I just feel like I'm dealing with liars all the time and tricksters, and they're not even good at it. They just have a job, or they have money. They have some small little bit of power. That means I have to deal with them because for whatever reason I accumulated no power, no money in this world. I did not mean to do that. And that's why I try to look back sometimes. What was the thing that made me this way? Had me in this position that I could never get out of? I don't know the answer. But it sucks. I mean, I'm literally dealing with the water company. I called the water company and told them, I don't need you calling me back. I think you got hacked. Because I was up there the other day trying to explain to them what I have figured out is wrong with the way that their bills are coming. Their bills are just, it doesn't make any kind of sense. And I swear nobody else pays attention or nobody else cares. It's not just my bill. They said there was some kind of glitch. I'm like, computers don't just make a glitch. Maybe, I'm like, maybe somebody is trying to embezzle. Maybe somebody's doing something and they figured, well, if they stole from poor people's payment plans, nobody would notice. That's why I'm saying my brain is above my station. I have an education most poor people don't have. That's why sometimes I felt like I was put in this position to fight for people who don't know, or fight for myself, because whatever's happening to me is happening to other people who don't know that they have the right to complain. That's what I used to think, but the last 5 years it's just been a lot of pain and anguish and no benefit. I'm just being what they call a Karen now. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit anybody else. Nothing gets fixed. It's just like, bitch all you want. Nobody's going to change anything. You used to be able to write your congressman. You used to be able to, point things out to people and they fix the problem. You used to be able to write a letter to the company, send an email, and they send you a coupon back or something and say, oh, we're sorry. That there's no more complaint department. There's no more, nobody gives a shit anymore. It's like, suck it up. You don't like it? The world's becoming a really lousy place. There's no quality control. And a lot of people just don't care, and I don't understand them. I'm starting to feel really bad. Because it's really sinking in how just... I just tried to go to the store. I was going to buy ramen noodles, the kind of cup you just pour water in. They didn't have any. Every other time I've gone there, they had it. That's not a big deal, but I'm trying to... It's like, because of shortages and stuff like that, every time I go somewhere I want to get something, it's not there. And it takes effort for me, not just, oh, I gotta pay for bus fare. It takes effort for me. I'm telling you how things hurt my, just sometimes the effort is a lot to walk to Walgreens. I just feel like I'm constantly dealing with people who either don't know their job or can't do their job or just collecting a check, or stupid people. And I just am like dealing with all these humans who suck. They really suck. And I'm just trying, just like I've always been trying, to just get to a situation where I don't need to ask anybody for help, where I don't need to deal with people anymore. If I had the money to just, like I said, if I had the money to just have like even the way COVID was and stuff like that, is if I had the money to just have an apartment in a city where I could just close the door and be quiet. It could be the smallest apartment. If I could just close the door, be quiet, watch some streaming stuff, or go to the movies when I felt like it, go to a diner and go home. You know what I mean? Just talk to people in passing. Not need, not, like I said, not need glamorous things done. That would be perfectly fine with me. I could live the rest of my life that way. I never asked for too much, and I didn't get anything. I'm just tired. I'm really actually tired. And it's just... I'm not a huge Denzel fan, okay? I'm not a huge fan of any of those people. The movie was okay. Now it feels like something I have to fight against. That's what I'm saying. I'm naturally a fighter, right? Like I said, the Authority song should be my favorite song. I've just always been somebody who fights, not against injustice, but against stupidity. I fight against the man. I fight against things that are wrong. I say, hey, you can't do that shit. That's who I've always been. Like I said, now they call that a Karen. It's the Karens of the world who used to make it run. Make things better for... If you fix things for one person, you fix things for a lot of people. But everybody's now just the attitude of, whatever. I don't even know what people's attitude is. I don't understand. You watch these kids and they're doing reactions and they're they never heard of the Matrix, and it's like, I didn't know the Matrix was old. You know, and it's just like, I couldn't feel more ancient. I couldn't feel more obsolete. I said that months ago. So why am I still here? Why am I still here? I feel useless. I feel like a relic. Why do I still have to keep going? Put me in the trash pile with all the other garbage. I'm talking to the universe when I say that. I'm sick of this. You know? How do you be positive when every day it's like any interaction or anything that comes in the freaking mail or anything that comes through the television, every single outside thing that comes into my mind, not every single, but 95% of the things that come to me go into my mind, into my ears, that I read, whatever's, it's just stuff that's like, oh, everything sucks. Everything's always telling me how bad everything sucks, and everybody sucks, and the world is garbage, and there's no help, and there's no decent people, and everybody's stupid. It's all that I'm being seen every single fucking day. And I try again, and I say, no, I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna do all that bullshit they tell you about. And it's like, how the fuck are you supposed to be positive when it's constant barrage of stupid, 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 morons, 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 disgustingness, narcissists, greed, fucking lying sacks of shit who are trying to blame you for their stupidity. I just don't know what to do anymore. Like I said, watch this get taken down, because I didn't realize that I was talking, and I didn't realize that American Idol came on my TV after I started talking, and the kid was singing, you know. And then I'll cry, and then I'll jump off a bridge, because it's just so discouraging, because I'm not trying to get over. I'm not trying to steal anybody's anything. I'm not even making money. This is already, I don't even understand it. I guess my brain is wired wrong. I don't know how to think the way other people think. I thought we were all supposed to be who we are. And I was never going to be somebody else. If who I am is worthless and is just not needed, come on. Seriously, universe, pull the plug, okay? I'm not going to do it because I think it's wrong to do it. But seriously, universe, pull the plug. Tired. It's a mercy. I think people don't believe me, because most people, they can't even get discouraged once. They get discouraged once, they'll go home, they'll suck their thumb, lay on the bed, and in a fetal position, and it'll work out for them. I've got knocked down and got up so many times, and all I am is this fat thing that can't even move. And I keep getting up even though I can't fucking move. Oh, let me go look at Jupiter. Yeah. I'd just like to know why I had to exist in the first place at this point. You know? I'd just like to know. Plenty of people fornicate and babies aren't made. Okay? Why did I have to exist though?